Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this super full closure side part wig from scratch using the quick weave method. No sewing skills needed. We're using just weave glue, and don't worry, it's still going to be super secure and long lasting. This technique is a game changer because it allows you to create a wig that fits your head perfectly. No weird gaps, no slipping, just snug. I even was able to wear this wig completely gluelessly. Plus at the same time, it's a lot better than buying a pre-made wig where most of the time the companies love to cheat you on the length and the density. For this wig, I'm also using affordable beauty supply store bundles that are actually really great quality, and as you can see, it turns out looking amazing. So if you're tired of spending money on wigs that don't give what they're supposed to give, this tutorial is exactly for you. Grab your bundles, grab your closure, and let's get right into today's video.
She's a bad thing, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby, Caroline.
I'm using in this video was provided to me from Sensationnel's hair company. This is a hair company that you can find at your local beauty supply store. I used 22 inches of their straight bundles and I got 6 of them. Each bundle right now on Amazon, you can also purchase it on Amazon, is about $72, which I feel like is very affordable for 100% human hair. And you don't need all 6 bundles like me. I feel like you use about 3 to 4 to get a very full look, but I just wanted something very nice and dramatic. That's what I love about this technique, because I can customize the wig to whatever I want it to be. I also end up using their closure, it's a 4x5 HD lace closure. The closure does not come pre-bleached, so I did bleach the closure off camera, and I also dyed the bundles to a jet black because it comes like a natural 1B color. To create this wig, you're going to need a shower cap, trash bag, some type of plastic to help be a barrier for the glue to make sure you don't get any glue on your head. You're also going to need a dome cap. You don't want to use like a stocking cap, it's too thin in my opinion. Make sure the dome cap is fitted perfectly to your head. You're going to want to use some weave glue. I'm just using typical Salon Pro weave glue. All these items, by the way, I got from my local beauty supply store. Once I got a good fit of everything, it's time to apply the closure. Before I put the closure on, I went ahead and just cut off the extra little thick side tabs because those are not going to be laid. And I just figured out where exactly I wanted the closure to lay. This is a side. I know I wanted to do a side part and I wanted a deep side part, so I try to put the closure as far to the side as I can without having it look too awkward. And I did have the closure coming just a little bit, like about half an inch further than where the wig cap itself stops. I'm using an elastic band to help me hold the closure down in place. To keep this as stress-free as possible, I suggest that you either pull back all the hair, braid the hair back, just get all the hair out of the way so don't mistakenly get hair glue on the hair. And I just trace along that thicker part on the closure, basically the edge. I'm just tracing all along, putting as much glue as possible to make sure this is nice and secure. And then I just press it down nice and tight and flat, and I use a blow dryer on a hot setting to really lock in that glue. Now let's get into laying down these bundles. I'm fitting 6 bundles into this. I had to go ahead and double the width. That's the only way I'll be able to fit everything on there. And to double the width, I unraveled a full bundle, put it down in half, and I put glue on one side, and I use my flat iron to press those tracks together. I do suggest doing this like in advance, so like double all the tracks at first and then start to lay it. To lay down the tracks, I started from the very bottom, the back of my head, and I would pre-measure out from side to side how much I needed to cut, because doing like a flip over where you don't cut the bundles at all, I feel like was kind of like hard, and I really wasn't too concerned. I feel like it doesn't really promote shedding. The hair didn't shed with me cutting the bundles, so I just track how much I need to put on glue onto that track, and then I use my finger and just start pressing everything down until lock it in. I use my blow dryer. I'm essentially just going from one side to the other, and since this is a side part, the ear to ear is going to touch as you keep going higher and higher where the closure is on one side. But I'm going to just leave the clips of me laying down the track so visually you can see what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of the tutorials I see on how to do this, they really don't show you exactly what's going on visually, so I think just watch visually what I'm doing and that'll make the most sense. If I was to give any tips though while laying down the tracks, do make sure that you're not applying glue to the hair. It's really hard not to because you don't have eyes in the back of your head, so we want to keep making sure like you're applying the glue as neatly as possible. You're not actually gluing the hair together. So each time I would lay down a track, I would make an effort to stop and like comb through the hair to make sure there's no glue in the hair, and make sure that the tracks are also secure. So take a moment to be combing through the hair to make sure everything is intact and secure. And again, I'm literally going from one ear to the other. I'm going from ear to ear, side to side. And if you're doing a middle part, you won't start to touch the closure till later, but since I'm doing a side part and the closure is pimped to the side, eventually, sooner than later, you start to hit that closure, which is when eventually you'll see me do another technique. But for now, I'm just going to leave these clips here. So I've made it to about halfway through the wig, or halfway through the bundles. I'm 3 bundles in, and at this point I was starting to get really close to that closure on that side, and I started to just get really concerned about my technique of how I'm laying the tracks, because since I'm fitting in all 3 bundles, I had to make sure everything was really nice and close and tight together. And I know that the way that you finish the wig is the most important part. So once I felt like the wig was already like kind of, whether it was glued to my head, it already felt like the cap was shaped to my head shape, I felt comfortable enough to now take off the wig and put it on a mannequin head, because now I can actually see exactly what's going on and make sure I'm not gluing hair and the tracks together, and make sure that I'm properly adding enough bundles, keeping everything tight and close enough. Because now I took off the wig from the mannequin head and I drew out, as you can see, I traced out kind of lines of how I should glue the tracks, because I want to make sure I have my last few tracks circling the closure for it to lay nice and flat. I was really worried about not having enough bundles to properly make it to the top. I feel like at one point I was making my tracks too close, so I just went ahead and added that last track right around, wrapping around the closure, not placing it exactly on top of the closure, but like as close as possible. This way this was going to ensure that I was going to have enough hair to make it. And after I did this part, I just went back in doing the same thing and filled in the gaps. Finally, I was done. I used all 6 bundles, surprisingly, and this hair ended up being super full, super thick. Like, it's the wig of my dreams, honestly. I put the wig back on to ensure that it fit perfectly, and it did. No gappage. It felt super snug. Now the next step is all about just like blending everything and flattening the hair and pressing it out. To get like a really nice flat press, I went in with some mousse. I applied that onto the parting. I feel like mousse is just like a great styling tool. It helps take care of flyaways. It helps give you like a smooth, flat result. And then with a blow dryer, I'm just going in with my blow dryer and a round, not a round brush, a thermal heated brush, and just using that to help press everything flat. Make sure you get the back, the sides. I just wanted this to be as flat as possible. I've realized a blow dryer is a lot better when it comes to pressing out hair versus a hot comb. These days I just use a hot comb more for like a finisher. So after I got the hair flat with the blow dryer, I went in with that hot comb just to like press and shape it the way that I wanted it to be. I was just obsessed with getting my part as crisp as possible. I don't know what I was on. So when I put the wig on again, and now I'm using a not a hot comb, I'm using a rat tail comb and that same blow dryer, and just really taking my time to press that hair. I just wanted it to be really flat and my part to be crispy. And you can see my efforts, my obsession paid off. Look at this part. Look how crisp that is. And I was just cleaning it up to make sure like it fits my head and shaped everything right before I went ahead and installed it. Once I got done and was satisfied with how the part looked, it was finally time to install this wig. What you want to do is you want to cut off that section where the lace, the closure and the wig cap meet, cut that off so you can actually like have the lace lay on your head. If you don't cut it off, it's going to look like there's something underneath your wig. So I cut that off. Be really careful because you might cut a hole in your lace. Don't do that. I've done that before in the past. And once I cut that off, I was ready to tint my closure. I'm tinting the closure with a foundation that's my exact forehead shade. I'm using my standard everyday closure install technique. I love closures because they're so easy to install. I love this closure even more because it's custom fit to my head, so I don't need any wig cap, any clips, nothing. It fits my head. It does not move. I mean, yeah, if I pull on it, it'll come off. To lay my lace, I am using my Kiss Colors spray. This is a glueless lace spray. I'm just spraying that on top of the lace. To lay the wig down, I just go in with my Kiss Colors spray. I spray like a nice even layer underneath the lace. I use my fingers to make everything nice and even, and I use my blow dryer to help lock and seal that lace down. Once I have the lace nice and secure, I just pull out a few bits of hairs that I want to use for my baby hair. And for the baby hair, it was really quite simple. I feel like baby hairs on closures, you don't have to do too much. One is all you need. Before I cut the hairs I'm going to use for baby hairs, I always like to like pre-swoop, pre-map out where I want the hair to be to make sure like it's going to look the way it's supposed to be. But once I'm happy with the hairs and I like the way it's going to look, I had to go in a little bit and do some tweezing behind the hairline and on the baby hairs because the closure did not come like pre-plucked. I wouldn't say it was really bulky, but I do like more of a natural, lighter look in the front of my hairline. So I'm just doing some light plucking, mainly on the areas where the baby hair is going to be. As far as like the rest of the hairline, I didn't even pluck it because you can't even really see it. Here I'm just kind of swooping the hair that kind of stops where the lace closure itself stopped. I'm just creating like a faux baby hair look, just swooping everything to just hide that thick part of the closure to make it look like it's just my hairline tucked behind. I plucked down the baby hairs. I went ahead and cut them down. I like to cut my baby hairs in like a diagonal motion, so going from longest to shortest to create that swoop look. And to make it easier to swoop, I'm using my small flat iron that I got from Amazon. I curled the baby hairs upwards and I'm using some Eco Styler gel to help me just lay down the lace and swoop the hair back into the rest of the hairline. For styling, since all of this hair was the same length, I just started off by cutting a blunt chop on the ends. I just don't like when the ends are kind of like feathered thin. I like when my ends are nice and full. So I did a blunt chop and then I started going in and adding some light face framing layers, like just cutting diagonally. But as you can see for the final look, I did cut more heavier layers, so that was later on. This is just like the first time I was kind of scared to cut too many layers into the hair because the hair was so full. I just liked how it looked all at one length. But and after I cut down my light face framing layers, I'm using a round brush to kind of just help flip the hair at the end to give it like a bit of a faux blowout look without actually doing a proper blowout.
Oh, this is nice. Like, what? Oh my god. And the hair texture, mind you, this is beauty supply store hair. I'm gonna like try to like wear it often with this wig so I can like come back and give you guys a proper how well this hair holds up. But so far I can say it's super thick despite, I mean, obviously the wig itself is thick because I got 6 bundles in here. But the hair itself, I realized as I was like using it, you do not need 6 bundles like I did. I'm just doing this for like dramatic effect. But since I guess it's more of the affordable side, if you wanted to go ahead and ball out and do 6 bundles, you could. But the hair itself is like really thick. I feel like for a really thick look, you need 4 bundles, honestly, max. 3 bundles, you're gonna have a nice, full, thick density regardless. Look, you can even still do 2 if you're very like a thin person. And I think the hair does hold a good curl from just like the small thing I've been doing. It's nice and silky. No tangles, no hatches, no tangling so far. But mind you, as you see, I just like installed it. Shedding with the bundles double cut a little bit, but minimally, very minimal shedding so far. So we will see how she holds up. But oh, and the closure itself actually was really good. Like it melts really nicely, the closure. The lace is not too thick. I love this. I want to cut more layers. I'm not gonna feel bad because it's beauty supply bundles. Like it's not like raw bundles. It's like the perfect hair if you want to mess around and cut layers with. It's this type of hair. But yeah, oh my god, I love it. Came out super good. I'm gonna give y'all a look at the back, and oh, and it's gonna fit. If the back is not straight, and guys, do not judge me, okay? Like this is late. I will do fix it again. I can't see the back. But it fits perfectly to my head. Like it's custom to my head. Does not fit too big, too small. I can take this off. Like I love it. And I feel okay, it's time for cutting. I'm honestly really nervous, not gonna lie to you. I've been hesitating on doing this. But I have my Pinterest inspo. It looks like the cut starts around like her nose up here, but I'm gonna go a little bit lower. Razor instead of scissors. I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna start like around my lip and make my way across. Okay. Just start like that. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this cut, and it's always best to start higher and work your way down. On this side, she has like a lot of heavy layers. On the front portion, which I kind of already have right here, it's more of like the layers in the middle. This hair is so thick. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some layers right here. Okay. Alright, just like that. Plus those heavy layers that she has right here. She kind of already have, but just need them to go in more. And then these heavy layers in the bottom. Ooh. Okay. Like the bang. Needs to bang a little bit more. Alright. I'm really just cutting it like how it falls in my face. Okay, let me stop. I feel like this is, well, is it? Because it really comes down on her face. It's like a proper bang. Let me get a proper bang. Like I keep saying, let me stop, and I keep going. Okay, this is good enough for now. After adding those layers, I went ahead and do this final look, which y'all see at the intro. I call it like my faux blowout. I'm using that same thermal round brush to help me bump the ends at the bottom. And I do all the bumps going inwards towards my face or towards my body. And I use that thermal round brush to kind of just like help hold the heat on the end. And I go in with my Velcro rollers, any size works, and just roll the hair back up. This kind of like when you take the Velcro rollers down, gives a nice little blowout look to everything.
let the hair chill in the rollers while I did my makeup. You don't have to leave the rollers in for too long, honestly. You can leave it in for 5 minutes. Sometimes I take the rollers down right after once I've curled everything. I do apologize that I don't have like exact detailed clips of most of the styling. Honestly, getting this video out has been slightly a bit of a journey. Like, this hair was sent to me in November by the company. I lost the package at one point, went to Nigeria, came back. As I came back from Nigeria, my brother became really sick and I was in a hospital with him for a whole month, wasn't working. Then I come back, I finally get to film the hair, install it, that initial video. And then after that, my laptop breaks, which made it hard to edit this video because I had so many clips and it was too powerful for my phone to handle. But I do have like a detailed tutorial showing how like break down I do these little curls. But every curl I did was inward towards my face, and after I take down the hair, I went ahead and just like use my hands to zhuzh and play with everything and comb it back together. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy that I got to wear this hair for as long as I did, because now I can come back to y'all and I give you a proper in-depth updated review, because I've been wearing this hair for like, honestly, it's been like what, almost 2 months now. Like, it's my consistent everyday wig because it's just perfect. I throw it on and go. But now the last few clips will be me giving my final review and my thoughts.
Remarks on this hair install. Now that I've been wearing this hair for like, I've been wearing this hair in this unit for about a month now. I realized the hair, once you spray on hairspray, it's better to not spray hairspray on this hair because I liked it better. I feel like it gets stiff easily with hairspray. But let me give you all my closing remarks on this hair. This hair, oh my god, 10 out of 10. I did not expect it to like it so much. I mean, I don't know why I didn't expect it. It is 100% human hair. So far it's been really good. I don't get much shedding. I don't get lots of tangling. Like, literally, actually, I really get 0 to 9. I've been wearing this hair, this unit. It's been like a month and a half. Cleaning up very well. It still is silky. It's soft. Don't have shedding. I was able to dye it. Granted, it was dyed jet black. You can bleach it, because I did bleach the knots on the closure. You definitely don't need the full 6 bundles that I did. But I feel like if you really want thickness, go ahead and get as much as you want. It's your wig. You can make it as big and as thick as you want, which is why I love this idea. Yeah, I just feel like I'm definitely going to keep doing this. As far as like the longevity of the wig, because it is like glued down, it's been holding itself down. I had to wash the hair. I've washed the hair just once after the months I've been wearing it, and it didn't fall apart. I haven't had any tracks fall out so far. Like, it's very secure using the method that I use, which is great for those. I feel like it's perfect for those of us who either don't have the time for sewing, because sewing a wig, unless you've been doing it for a minute, does take a minute, or if you don't know how to sew, you don't have to worry about that. Like, literally, y'all saw it, this closure is glued down. Everything is glued down, and it's been holding itself really well for the past couple of days, weeks, whatever it may be. I'm obsessed. Like, I love how this hairstyle itself came out. I love it so much. I keep playing with it because I just like it so much. Let me back up so y'all can see the full look. But definitely a 10 out of 10 recommend. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Hope you enjoyed this look, because I don't know if y'all can tell, I sure did. See you guys in another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.